Hello, guys, and welcome back to the Same Old podcast. This is weird. This is so weird, I'm not gonna lie. I'm a lone wolf today. I'm a lone wolf, and I will be a lone wolf for the next couple of episodes. Lauralie is taking a little bit of a break, which is absolutely fine. She's deep in prep at the moment, so I completely understand that she's got she's got to focus up, but fingers crossed she'll be back very soon. So I'm excited for that day when it comes. But I thought I'd take the liberty to kind of take over the podcast and still run it and everything like that whilst she is away. And this is so weird. This is so weird being by myself, having no one to bounce off of. This is just going to be very strange. But I hope you guys are doing well. I hope you guys still obviously are happy that I'm here and thriving and all that type of thing. And today's episode is literally just going to be, it's just going to be a catch up, you know? It's just going to be a catch up. Seeing how I've been getting on, answering a few of your questions because I did a little Q&A on my Instagram. And yeah, like just catching up on life. Like it's so funny. Like recently, someone asked me the other day, like, how have you been? Like, how obviously, with everything at the moment, how you've been previously before, like you've obviously been in and out of bodybuilding like the last couple of months. So like how are you now? Like what is everything at the moment? And a lot of people are like, you coming to the Olympia, like are you coming to any shows? So this Olympia, I will not be attending, which is really sad actually, because like I really wanted to go. One, because of other reasons as well. Like it's not just like, oh, I'm not just gonna go. I wanna come. But at the same time, I'm thinking realistically and logistically, flights are ridiculously expensive. Like one of my friends said that it was from Florida to Vegas, and she's booking now $600. $600. I don't know if that's actually true. I haven't actually checked, but that's what she told me. And I was like, that's ridiculously expensive. And my whole plan has changed. So I was, going to come to the Olympia. I was going to come to America for like 4 weeks, and go to different states and kind of see my coach and do all these fun things. But I decided against it and to just say like, look, I'm really used to going to, America for long periods of time. And I said to myself, like, I think it's just best for me if I just take a step back still, because I'm still not fully like in my bodybuilding kind of mode at the moment where I want to go to the Olympia, but I also feel a bit anxious to go, if that makes sense. And I don't think that's not on anyone apart from me. I think in my own brain, I I don't know. I don't know why I'm anxious about it. I'm trying to think of reasons as to why I would even feel that way. And I honestly don't know. I think maybe it comes down to a little bit of FOMO. It could come down to, in my brain, self-doubting myself. Like, should I even like be here like right now? Because like I'm not in my mindset in the right headspace to be a bodybuilder. Like, do you know what I mean? Like it feels it's all those things rushing through my head, but that's not the reason. Also, realistically and logistically, there's a lot of stuff that I have to get done in the next couple of months that I've got going on project wise and all that type of thing. And I want that to take priority because I think the Olympia and shows have always taken priority for just everything. Like prep has always taken priority, comps have always taken priority. And I need to make sure that I'm not allowing that to take priority this time. And I want to like, when I want to go to shows and like enjoy again, I want to do it because I want to go versus I have to go or anything like that, which I never felt like I had to go to shows and stuff. And I love the feeling of going to shows. Like that's like one of my favorite things to do. But I think Olympia wise, I think, yeah, it's just different. It hits different. So anyway, I went on a little bit of a tangent there, but so what I'm going to be doing is I was supposed to be going obviously to America for 4 weeks, all that type of thing, and we're not now. So do I feel okay with it? I feel absolutely fine with it. I'm excited to kind of watch everyone. I've got so many people that like I'm so excited to watch compete at the Olympia. Like I think it's going to be such an interesting one as well. I'm really interested to see how everyone looks because I feel like this year has been the year that not many people have posted what's going on. Like there's no vlogs, there's no, behind the scenes of what's going, everyone's staying very quiet. So that's why in bikini anyway, I don't know about like the bodybuilders or figure or anything like that, but I feel like bikini, I've not really seen much about like the behind the scenes on YouTube or anything really. So I am actually really excited to kind of see, okay, what is coming to this Olympia? Because we don't know at this point, you know? Um, so I'm excited for that. I think that's going to be really interesting to kind of see, because usually you can watch and, you know, you can see updates and all that type of thing, but people are keeping hush hush, which I kind of like I said, I kind of like that, because it's nice to just kind of be surprised, because sometimes like, you know, when there's too much out there, sometimes when there's too many, you know, visuals, posts, all that type of thing, it takes away from you, like then the experience being like, oh my God, the Olympia, like, and you know, everyone getting shocked by like everyone's physiques, you know? So, but yeah, I'm excited and I can't wait to kind of see how everyone looks. I think this is going to be a really special Olympia. I think there will be a lot of people that will be there to shock. And I think there's going to be a lot of shocks there. I don't know why. I feel like the Olympias, there's always big shocks though, you know? There's always like, oh my God, I can't believe this and I can't believe that. So I'm excited for it all. I really am. So yeah, so I'm going to be in the UK. So instead of going to America, I'm going to the UK. So I'm going to the UK in the next, I think, when am I leaving? I'm literally leaving in a week today. All week, yeah, in like 8 days. So leaving in 8 days. Haven't packed, haven't planned. I haven't even got my ticket, like my flights back to Dubai either. So like this is all a bit of a mess. It's a bit messy, but it's okay. Going to the UK, I'm doing a seminar in the UK, and then just going to see friends, family. At the moment, I've personally, I've been not in a good headspace purely because of my environment. Because if anyone knows, and I've said this so many times, if anyone knows the heat in Dubai over summer, it is unbearable. It is unbearable. It's not nice. It's horrible actually. So it's literally like, I want to say it's 35 degrees minimum every day. And it's just not fun to be around. And I'm a really big outside person. Like I like going outside. I like going for walks. Like I like being around nature. And Dubai's not very nature-esque, which is fine. But when you can't physically go outside for longer than like 10 minutes without burning, it's like, it's not fun. So you're inside all of the time. And I think the last couple of weeks, me and Max have kind of said like, oh my God, I can't wait to get out, because we just want less sun. We want to be able to go outside. We actually kind of want a bit of cold as well. I don't know if anyone else feels like that, where if they're in heat for too long, they're like, I actually just want it to be cold. I just want to be able to put on a hoodie and like wrap up warm for like 2 seconds. So I'm actually really excited for that to happen, because I feel like I just feel a bit suffocated at the moment just because of that. And I feel like environment is very important for anyone's mental health and anyone just in general. I think you have to be in a comfortable position. And don't get me wrong, I love, you know, our apartment. I feel like I'm happy with like the actual country in general, but because it's just, there's things that I miss like a lot. Like the environment for me is a big thing. It just, you know, and it wears you down a little bit. So I am really excited to kind of go back, see family, see Max's family and all that type of thing. I think that's going to be really, really fun. So that'll be good to do. But apart from that, there's nothing else actually going on. For the rest of the year, there's a lot of, like I said, there's a lot of projects going on for me and like a lot of other stuff. But other than that, it's literally just a case of just, I've like loads of people recently have just been like, you're glowing, you're doing so many different things and you know, you're enjoying yourself. And that's what life's about. I feel like sometimes I've really craved a bit of a more of a simple life recently when there hasn't been much going on. And it feels weird to me because usually I've got shows going on, seminars, this, that, the other, all, like loads of stuff going on. But I'm also like, I'm actually really enjoying just being simple, just doing nothing, going for walks, going for like, not even just going for walks, that sounds like really silly, but like just small things, like the simpler things in life I've really been craving. And that's why I'm really excited to go home, because I just want to be in my hometown and just like go to Lidl's, which is like a shop in the UK for anyone that's American that does not know what that is. It's just like a shop, and like go to my local gym. Like, I don't know, like I just miss the familiar faces of home. And I'm not homesick as such, but I am starting to become a bit homesick. I haven't been, but well, maybe I'm a bit in denial about being homesick. Maybe I'm a little bit homesick. who knows? But yeah, so I've just been really enjoying like simpler things in life and just enjoying just doing life. And I think like bodybuilding in general, don't get me wrong, this isn't me slandering bodybuilding or anything at all. It's obviously very goal orientated, which is absolutely fine. I think that's what, a sport in general, when you're competing, when you're a competitive athlete, that is what is about the end goal. But I feel like I've been focusing on the end goal for so long. And me and my coach had a call the other day and we were saying like, what is your goal at the moment? I was like, the weird thing is at the moment, my goal is to not have a goal, which sounds so weird, but my goal right now is to not have a goal because I'm always constantly chasing, constantly doing more, which is great. And I think that is needed if you want to build up your life. Like, I understand that. But when you just, it wears you down to the point where you're just like, I'm tired of always chasing. You just want to enjoy the things you have and enjoy the simpler life and not actually have to always constantly be chasing. That's kind of where I'm at the moment. And it feels very weird because it's like, I feel like I'm being either lazy or not doing anything, or I feel like I should be doing something. Like it kind of cancels itself out. But if anyone else feels like that, comment down below, because I honestly feel like a lot of people would relate to that. Like, I feel like you feel like you're constantly chasing after something. You constantly have to have a goal, but at the same time, does that goal even fulfill kind of when you reach that? Then what? Then there's another thing after another thing after another thing, and I think having a goal, like the actual goal in general, doesn't give you the satisfaction. I feel it actually is like the process, of getting and achieving that goal. So like, for example, I had this conversation the other day with someone, and we were talking about how the actual process of achieving the goal, let me start again. The actual goal itself isn't the satisfying part. Like, obviously, yeah, it's amazing in that moment. Like, oh my God, like, yes, I've gone and got that goal. But after that wears off. But like the actual process of getting that goal, that creates you as a person, creates your character, creates just everything about you. And I feel like, I don't know where I'm going with this conversation because this is spun off in a really different direction. But I feel like bodybuilding in general has built me up to be the person I am today. Like going through all this process, determination, all that type of thing. And I feel like because I don't have anything at the moment, I feel like I'm cheating myself, if that makes sense. Like because I'm not working towards anything. I'm becoming a different person. I don't know if that makes any sense. I don't know if that makes any sense, but it just is a very weird thing to get used to. So not having a goal at the moment is the goal, which is weird, but I want to just be able to just kind of detach from always having to have that constant chase for something at the moment. And that's where I'm at. And yeah, that might change as time goes on. That will probably change actually. By the end of the year, I know that I'll probably be like, right, let's do something else. Let's try and obviously work towards this, work towards that. But at the moment, with where my brain's at the last couple of months, I was like, I am actually completely okay with having no goal. Like, let's have no goal. Let's just do life. Let's enjoy the things that I have, be present, and focus on those things, the things I have, and just build them up instead of always constantly chasing. And if you do feel like that as well, I'm here to tell you like that is okay as well. Like, because I feel like society definitely, this is going to go into like a preachy conversation, but I feel like society does make us feel like you have to constantly keep chasing something, or you're not like achieving your potential, or like you could be a better person than you need to be, And I agree with that to some extent, but sometimes it's exhausting to always constantly be chasing better all the time. So it's just, okay, cool. I just want a break. I just want to have a little break. And that is absolutely fine. And I've been so okay with that the last couple of weeks. And people are like, so what are you doing at the moment? Like, are you competing soon? Like, I know that's the first thing people ask me is like, what are you doing show wise? Because obviously that's what I'm known for. And it is weird me answering being like, oh, I'm not doing anything. Like, I went back to my old gym Banus in Dubai the other day, and a few people that I haven't seen for a while were there, and they were like, so what are you doing competing wise? Like, what are you doing? Like, you competing this year at all? And I was like, I don't know when I'm next competing. And they kind of looked at me like, really? And like, because obviously it's been my identity for literally 9 years. So when they look at me, they're like, okay, like, that's okay, that's fine. And it's weird at the same time. I'm kind of like okay with those thoughts, because they're kind of like, is she going through a change? Like, what is she doing? But I don't know, like, I don't mind not having that goal of competing at the moment. So for me, I'm happy with, like, basically, to wrap it up, I'm happy with not having a goal. And you shouldn't feel like you have to always constantly be having a goal. You can have a break and you can just be present with the things that you have at the moment. And you don't have to constantly be chasing something to feel that, feel that fulfillment, if that makes sense. Because success can be like shown in so many different other ways. And I feel like success has only been shown to me if I'm pursuing something. Whereas success for me is like, I want to feel happy with myself not having anything going on. Like, I want to be happy when I'm not chasing after something. I want to be happy. You know what I mean? Like, I don't have to, that joy, a joy from chasing something shouldn't mean that I'm then not happy when I'm not chasing something, if that makes sense. I want to be happy when I'm just doing nothing. Like, I want to be happy with Phoebe when she's not doing anything. I want to be happy with myself where I'm not just, yeah. So anyway, that's where I'm at the moment, for anyone that's asking how I am. And I feel like a lot of people would relate to that. I hope people relate to that, because I feel like it's a very common thing where they feel like they always have to chase. And you really don't. I don't think you do. I think sometimes it's hard, but I think you just learn to get used to it and kind of go from there. So I'm going to be answering some, I say unhinged questions because that's what I put on my Instagram, but like just random questions that people have asked me, because I want to just be open and honest. And I want to obviously kind of just like be like, yeah, like this is what's going on. I've got, XYZ, all that type of thing. And like, I don't mind like just answering just questions about just random shit, Anyway, so question number 1, love your physique right now. Loads of exclamation marks. Thank you so much. How do you, this kind of sad to answer this question, but obviously I want to answer this question. How do you handle body dysmorphia? And do you know what? I've actually gotten a lot of these questions recently, because, I've been posting my body a lot now, and obviously I'm a lot bigger. I'm a lot bigger than what I am now than when I step on stage. I know that. And also, just to let you know, that's supposed to be like that, Like, it's not, don't get me wrong, it's not supposed to be a huge, ridiculous, oh my God, like massive difference. But at the same time, you are supposed to put on healthy body fat post-show, period. That's it. Because I think that I get that it's easier for a prep to not have as much body weight to come off. I get that. But at the same time, everyone's different. There's not a, how do you, like, can I put on 10, everyone puts on 10 pounds and that's it. That's not a cap. That shouldn't be a cap. Because I actually had this conversation again with someone the other day. And for example, let me just put it into pounds for people that are from America. I am, I think, around 138 pounds when I'm on stage. I think I've been like lower, but I'm pretty sure that's like my consistent weight that I have been before is 138. I know people that I've stepped on stage that have also been like under 100 pounds or like 99 pounds or 100 pounds. So that's almost 40 pounds between us. And because of our height, obviously difference wise, it's obviously very like drastic. Like some people are like 5 foot when they step on stage. I'm 5'8.5". Some people are 6 foot, So the weight difference is ridiculous. So when I step on stage, I'm 40 pounds heavier than some girls that step on stage. So you're telling me that both of us have to put on 10 pounds maximum when we go into an off season? Absolutely not. That makes no sense in my brain. So firstly, how to deal with body dysmorphia is knowing that everyone's bodies are different. So like if you're comparing yourselves to, someone else's reverse or how someone else looks in an off season versus how you look. Firstly, everyone's so different. Everyone's bodies are supposed to be different. So don't think that you need to be the same size as someone else to feel happy, because you don't. Secondly, I feel like people attach themselves to, for example, let's paint a picture. You know, when you're losing weight and you're seeing the number on the scales go down, you're getting smaller, all that sort of thing, that rush when you are not post show, in prep, is like exciting, all that sort of thing. I love that feeling. Like, I love it when I'm starting a prep and I'm getting into a prep and I'm seeing that progress. It's very fulfilling. I love it. Flip that round. So when you're then going into reverse, you see your body getting bigger, you see your body going up in weight. Some people feel like it's a bad thing. One, it's not, but because you're used to seeing the scale constantly go down, seeing yourself getting smaller, flipping the script is almost like your brain's like, that doesn't feel right, you know? So try, and if you can, detach yourself from that kind of mindset when you're post show, where it's like, oh my God, I need to still be seeing myself, be small, and I still need to be seeing the scales go down, because that's not the case now. Like, now we're in a health phase where we need to, get your hormones regulated. We need to put on some good body fat, good muscle, and be prepared for then we next go into another prep, or prepare ourselves for what you're doing next. You know what I mean? So I think trying to detach yourselves from that is a very big thing, and picking positives about what obviously body weight gain can actually do, because I've just listed it off there where it's very, very good for your hormone health. Do you know what I mean? Like, you just put yourself through a lot through a prep, which is what's supposed to be like. It's supposed to be hard, obviously, all that type of thing, but then you need to make sure that you can take care of yourself post that. So I think it's very important to make sure that you don't attach yourself to the scales so much to the point where it's like your identity, or that's what makes you happy, because it's not. Like, I think it's easy to feel like that, but I just think I detached from that kind of mindset a very long time ago. Like, I would say even like 2018, when I turned pro, I was still even like that. I really didn't mind the scale going up. I didn't really care. Like, it never bothered me. And I don't know, it's just always been that way. I've always been like that. And don't get me wrong, there have been times where when I see a certain number on the scale, or I do see it jump up quite a large amount, I'm like, damn, that's not good. But at the same time, I kind of make sure that I pick out the positives. And if I have been an idiot on my diet or anything like that, then that's the reason why. Also, being just generally honest with yourself. Like, in terms of when you say the word body dysmorphia, and I've had a lot of questions. Like, one of them here is like, how do you mentally deal with seeing your body getting bigger? And again, that's pretty much exactly what we're talking about now. But how do I mentally deal with it is being honest with myself, and like, am I actually hitting my, am I doing my diet properly? Am I doing my cardio? Am I training? Like, like all these things, all these markers, if you're not hitting them, then you can't be upset that you are getting bigger as well. That's also being completely honest with yourself, So I think it is also a case of like, just be honest with where you're at mentally, with where you're at, So I think that's something that, I don't know if that helps anyone. But I think firstly, like I said, detaching from the scales, huge one, being honest with yourself, and making sure that you are actually just like, because it's so easy to create scenarios in your head where you're like, oh my God, I've been doing this, but actually, have you been sticking to this? So little things like that. And then, I don't know, picking out the positives, like I said before. I don't know. I was looking through my camera roll the other day, and it's funny because I feel sexier and more confident now than I do in a prep. And I don't know if anyone else feels like that. Like, I looked back at my camera roll the other day, and I was trying to look back at like prep photos and that type of thing. I'm wearing the baggiest clothing, covering up my body like as much as I can. Like, I'm talking like 3 weeks out from the Arnold's, and now I'm wearing the shortest shorts possible. I'm wearing like, I don't know why it is where I feel confident and stuff, but I feel sexy. I feel confident. Like, I like how I look. I like my body in both of them. I do like my body in both ways. And I think that's something that is really important as well. If you are only in bodybuilding for the looks and the abs and all that type of thing, then you are in it for the wrong reason, my girl, like, or boy, that's not the reason you should be in it. So I feel like you have to be okay with being both, like, which also, remember, your off-season body is just your body. Like, it's a normal body. So it's not a case of like it should be some extreme or anything different. It is literally your body. So you saying like, oh my God, I can't have cellulite or I can't have fat on my body in my off season is completely incorrect, because it's literally your body, So, but so those are just my 2 cents on it. I don't know if I just rambled with that and like just kind of just said a bunch of words, but I hope that makes sense to some people, because that's just how I feel. That's how I feel. I think I know everyone looks at it very, very differently. But when I get questions like, how do you deal with body dysmorphia? How do you deal with your body getting bigger and stuff? I'm like, your body is supposed to get bigger than your stage weight or stage shape. It's supposed to get bigger. So don't think for a second that it's not supposed to be that shape. And also your bodybuilders, you can create any body that you want, and I think anyone can create any body that they want if you actually put your mind to it, like you've gotten that lean on stage and you've put yourself through that prep fully the whole time. You can create any body that you want. So I think it's just a case of obviously just going through it. That's all it comes down to. Someone actually said, are you planning to stay on Dubai for the foreseeable future? And obviously I was just talking about how I'm missing home. I think I'm such a travel body. Like, I don't know. I feel like I was thinking about this the other day. I'm just now literally, this is just my diary now, clearly. I'm just rambling on, but I feel like I was thinking a lot about the future the other day, and I don't see Dubai as being my like forever home. And just because of the places, I love Dubai in terms of it's amazing, but I don't see like raising a family here. I don't see it like being my forever place. So then is that wrong for me to be here now? Do you know what I mean? Like, what's the, if you're not, if you don't think that you're going to be here forever, then why are you here? Like now, what's the point? And for me, I don't know where my forever place is, because one, I wouldn't move back to the UK. So many of my friends have literally been complaining about the UK recently, and I'm like, oh my God, no. It's funny because again, I'm saying to everyone, like my proposing clients and then friends, and I'm like, oh, I'm coming back home. They're like, yeah, it's absolutely freezing and it's cold. And I'm like, oh, great. But I actually kind of do want that in a way. But I don't know where else I see myself. Like, I wouldn't want to move to, I don't think I'd see America as being my full-time place either. I don't know where else I would go. A lot of people are like, oh, you look so happy in Bali. And I was like, don't get me wrong, Bali is incredible. I would love it. I love it there. But at the same time, I don't see that as my forever place either. So I'm like, where do I fit? And I don't know. I don't think it's a bad thing to have it like not figured out now. Because I think when people are like, I'm starting to settle down, I'm trying to find where I'm at and all that type of thing, I think that's great. I love that if you know. But if you don't, I think when you start trying to search and be like, oh my God, I need to find, like panicking. Do you know what I mean? Like trying to panic find like what you want to do or where you want to be. I feel like it just doesn't come to you authentically. So I feel like I've just been kind of like just going through the motions, like, okay, if I want to travel, I want to travel. At the moment, Dubai is our place. Like this is what our base. This is where we live. So, and we travel outside of that, and that's fine. And I'm okay with that for the moment. But I think when I know I want to settle down in a place, I think I'll know, like I already know that this isn't my place forever, but I don't know where my place forever is. It could be the UK. Like it could be the UK maybe in a few years' time where I'm like wanting to settle down, start a family, whatever. That could be like, okay, yeah, this is where I want to be. I want to be close to family. I want to be whatever. That could be it. But it could also not be. Bali could be the place because, like weirdly, Bali is actually very family friendly. Like I didn't realize that before I went. I thought, oh no, it's not going to be, I doubt it's going to be like a family friendly place. There was kids everywhere. When we were going to like beach clubs and stuff, there was loads of kids in the pool. Like it's so family friendly. But I'm okay with just traveling. I'm okay with not having it all figured out now. And I think I I'm very organized. I like to know what I'm doing. I like to know what's going on. But at the same time, I've really, again, sunken into being okay with not knowing what's going on. I'm like, I don't know what's happened. I think it's just generally not having bodybuilding at the moment in my life in terms of looking for shows and lots of things. It's made me be like, right, let's just really be present and like actually just be like, okay, I'm enjoying Dubai at the moment. That's okay. Future wise, I don't know what's going to happen, but that is also okay. Like, I'm just okay with that. And I don't know if anyone else would be like that. I don't know if anyone else is like super organized. They're like, nope, I need to figure out what's going on. I need to be, all these, have everything, figured out. I remember being like 18 and being like, by 25, I want to be married and have a mortgage and this. None of that's happened. So it's like, you just don't know what's going to happen. So I feel like me stressing about the future so hardly, it just doesn't make me enjoy the now. Do you know what I mean? So I've just really tried to just take a back seat on thinking about the future so much, and it being like, right, I need to figure everything out because you don't know what's going to happen. COVID is a clear, what's the word? Example of that. But anyway, so Dubai is my foreseeable. I feel like I'll be in Dubai the next 2-3 years maximum, and then I feel like we'll probably go somewhere else, or it will be our base and we'll just keep traveling because this is a really good place to kind of like travel from. So yeah, that's the answer to that question. Someone said, reveal your coach, please. I mean, if you've seen me on Instagram and like stuff like that, you probably can kind of guess maybe, but like at the moment, the reason I haven't kind of like said who it is really is just, I just want to, again, live in the moment, live in the present, not obviously answer the questions that kind of have it attached to it of like, what are your plans? What are you doing now? I just wanted to enjoy having a coach in silence and just enjoy being with them, And I think sometimes it can be very, obviously, leaving coaches and stuff like that and changing coaches, it can be stressful. And that's a question that I've had a lot recently. Like people have asked, like, I'm thinking about changing coaches. What do I do? Where do I go? And I said, this is my advice I've given. Make sure that you are going to the people that you want to for a reason. Research and make sure that you're actually happy with being with them. And reach out to clients if you need to. Reach out to people that are with them at the moment that are satisfied. Potentially reach out to people that were with them and see if they were like, what was the reason they left? Like, really deep dive. But then also ultimately make a decision based on what you want to do, because I feel like it's very easy to be like, this coach is great, so like I'm gonna go with them. But it's like there's other boxes that aren't being ticked because of this one thing, Yes, they can get you results. I feel like any coach can, but can they tick everything else and like help you personally, mentally grow as a person? Again, that's also not the coach's job. Just remember that. But like, if that's what you're looking for and searching for, then that's something they have to kind of hit. And that was something that I definitely wanted to have in a coach. Like I wanted them to help me mentally a lot because I was mentally destroyed post Arnold, as you all know. But I really started to find my confidence again, kind of find my just mental strength again, which has been really, really nice. And I will deep dive and go into this question like so much more in another episode potentially, or when I'm like ready to kind of just announce it, I guess. But I have been really enjoying just kind of just not saying who it is. I don't know why, but I just enjoying just being, just being in the moment, just not being full frontal news. So so I will reveal it at some point, but when the time will come, So, okay, someone asked, are you still a competitor? I am still a competitor. I feel like that never leaves you. You know what I mean? Like I'm not competing currently, but that doesn't mean I'm not a competitor anymore. I'm still a competitor. I still want to be competitive at the Olympia, or in my shows, in the foreseeable future and stuff like that. It doesn't take anything away from what I'm doing, but just the matter of the fact is I just need a break. Like I've done 42 plus shows in 8 years of competing, which is a lot. That's a lot. And I'm tired, like I'm tired of, constantly having that chase, which I was speaking about before. So I just need break. I just need a time to just chill a little bit. So, and I think I definitely, deserve that. So I appreciate, people are asking about, shows and stuff like that completely. But that doesn't take away anything from, what I have achieved and what I am going to achieve, like moving forwards and stuff. So I'm very excited. I'm excited for it. And, I was watching the Nashville show and like Texas show and stuff like that. The shows just recently, pro shows. I'm still very invested. I love doing my, my posing reviews and all that type of thing. Like I'm still very invested in it. I have all my clients and everything, posing clients and stuff. So I love it. I'm living through them. It's like so much more. It's so much excitement going on. And it recently now it's starting to get me more excited for my journey again. Which before it was like I'm excited for them, but I'm not excited for even doing that myself. And I'm starting to feel that kind of come back now of like, oh, I'm so excited. I am excited to step on stage. I'm excited to bring a better package. But I know if I was to enter a prep now, I'm not ready. So we're waiting. We're waiting till we're mentally fully ready for that. And then I will answer one final question. I know that hasn't been like many questions answered, but I don't want to keep this episode like too long. What does a full day of eating look like what does a full day of eating look like for you now? And don't get me wrong, I think to loads of people, again, if you haven't heard already, I know a lot of people on Instagram have asked like, oh, can you like do a YouTube on it and stuff? And I will kind of give a bit more context on it. That I've changed my training style up a lot to, I used to say functional training. Now I'm kind of saying hybrid because I have kind of incorporated a lot more bodybuilding in the past few weeks. So I used to pretty much do functional training. Like I completely scratched out bodybuilding training and I was just doing functional. Now, I think a lot of people got that confused and were like, oh, she's doing CrossFit now. And I was like, no, I'm not doing CrossFit because I'm not doing, the big compound movements and all that type of thing. I'm just doing a lot more plyometrics, basically, a lot more like movement, like a lot more, not dynamic movements, like a lot more, I say sharp movements. I don't know if that's actually the word that I'm looking for, but like a lot of movement-based things, like I said, plyometric stuff and all that type of thing. And that's what I was doing, and that's what I enjoyed, like because that was getting my endorphins up. That just made me felt good. And then when I did bodybuilding, I just didn't enjoy it as much. So I kind of literally just did functional training for a good few, I would say at least 2 months. Like I just kind of just did that, and maybe like one bodybuilding session a week or every 2 weeks or something like that. Now my coach, we were like, we need to start, adding that back in and all that type of thing. So the last couple of weeks I have been doing around 3 bodybuilding sessions and then like 3 kind of functional training sessions. And I've really enjoyed it. So my eating hasn't massively changed. I haven't been as hungry. I won't lie. I haven't been massively hungry at the moment. And we have just recently swapped since I got back from Bali. I haven't been that hungry, and I've been really struggling to get back into kind of macro tracking and like weighing food again and stuff like that. So we've kind of swapped back to intuitive eating. So we've kind of been flip-flopping between intuitive eating and macro tracking the last couple of months, really, because I really want to do these things. I don't want to have to feel like I'm being forced again. And then we're really working on that with this coach. Like she's yeah, big hint. Okay. They have They have told me everything that you do within working together. I want you to make sure that you want to do it. It's not a case of you have to do this, you have to do that. I want you to want to do these things. So like if you don't feel like you want to macro track, let's not macro track, let's intuitive eat, because you need to find that love again. Because otherwise you're not then going to be able to do a prep if you're having to do these things and not wanting to do them, which I love that they've wanted that mindset for me, because that's exactly what I want. So we've kind of been flip-flopping and it's been nice. So at the moment I'm intuitive eating. So I actually at the moment have been probably having around 3 meals a day with a snack. So like a breakfast, lunch, dinner, and then a snack in between when I'm hungry, making sure that they're mostly protein based and obviously getting a good nutrition. So it's not really much different from bodybuilding. I'm just playing around with different meals and stuff. I have actually had a lot more fats recently than I've just wanted more fat. So I've been having more eggs, avocado, chicken thighs. Like, I don't know why I felt like I've craved more fat. And it's not even a case of been having like more carbs with that. I've literally just been having like like the other day I had a chicken salad, but it was like a chicken thigh, and it was so good. Like I've always been a fan of chicken thigh over chicken breast. I've been forced to eat chicken breast, but I actually want to eat chicken thighs. So, but yeah, so like I've been leaning towards more fats recently. So then when I get back into macro tracking, potentially I'll have a look and see how many fats I have been eating. But that's something I've been preferring to have over anything. So yeah, so that's my eating really hasn't changed much. The main thing for me is making sure, obviously, again, like you're getting a good amount of food in like between my workouts, making sure I'm getting a good amount of food before the workout, after the workout. And stuff like that. And that's literally it. Nothing's changed massively, really. I think the only difference is probably potentially if I do like a class in the morning. I've been doing a lot of classes recently. I don't particularly like eating a large amount or anything like that before a class. So I'd usually, either have a big meal like the night before, and then have like a small snack in the morning before the class, because I just don't like doing, functional training sessions or functional classes on a full stomach, like a really full stomach, worth of like 600 calories, So I'd prefer to have like a smaller meal and obviously still be full of food, but in a different way. So those are the questions. So it's just a nice little catch up, just a small catch up with you guys, just to kind of see if I could do this by myself, because this is weird. Like, I don't know. I was thinking about having a break fully from the podcast and whether or not I should kind of do it by myself. But I actually kind of enjoy just sitting here talking to myself, just randomly. It's kind of nice in a way. So thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Please make sure you like and subscribe to channel if you are watching this on YouTube. If you are watching on Spotify, please make Spotify, did I just say? Or Spotify? Spotify. If you're watching this on Spotify, please make sure you rate it. And obviously just keep watching and listening, because we do love you guys so much, and we appreciate you for this platform and loving these conversations that we do have. So now it'll just be a few conversations by myself, which is fine. So I love you guys so much, and I will speak to you very soon.